Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and today is a tremendously huge day for Frostpunk 2. Today is the release day for this game, a sequel to one of the most brutal and hardcore city builders I think I've ever played. And so today we'll be taking a first look at the story mode, aka the campaign mode for Frostpunk 2, and then also the endless builder mode, or the endless survival mode known as the Utopia builder mode. So thank you very much to 11-Bit Studios for sending over a early key so I could get a bunch of recordings done and try the game out in advance. And you know what else is pretty cool? Well, other than the Frostlands, is AMD's graphics cards. They're actually doing a big limited edition Frostpunk 2 giveaway for their graphics card, the Radeon 7700 XT graphics card to be precise. Bad boy has 16 gigabytes of DDR6 memory and up to 2584 megahertz boost clock on AMD's RDNA 3's architecture, so that'll ensure that you get the best performance while staying cool or chill. I should really be cautious about using those words in the Frostlands, but there you go. Links for all of that are down below in the description, as well as the link for this game and much more. So, folks, make sure you are subscribed here to the channel and turn on that notification bell and hit the like button, because it is incredibly important that you get to see a lot more Frostpunk 2, because how the hell is 11-Bit Studios going to topple such a colossus? It's a huge giant, that old game Frostpunk, and how are they going to topple it with Frostpunk 2? Well, we got to find out, so make sure you're subscribed in order to know how it all goes down. And by the way, for those of you who have Twitch, if you don't have one, make one. Links down below in the description. Follow me right now on Twitch, because this game also has Twitch integration, so you can all vote with me or against me on certain laws, as this game for streamers, anybody else you watch on Twitch, will have Twitch integration to be able to allow you to vote with or against them on putting the kids into the mines, and you know they damn well yearn for them, so there you go. So thank you very much, everybody. Today's episode is sponsored by AMD, key courtesy of 11-Bit Studios. Those same folks, by the way, flew me out and many other creators in May to try out this game, and found out that it was a great game, a really good game, and that was unacceptable for them. They delayed the game because they're not out to make something that's good, they're out to make something that's outstanding, like the original game. And because of that, all of our feedback from the beta, all of you who've played it, and other people giving feedback related to the UI and how the game plays and progresses, wasn't enough for them. So yeah, when I spoke with them, these are incredibly kind and passionate people. I mean, they're passionate, I couldn't believe it, about other things other than pierogies, like Frostpunk 2. So they were taking notes and listening to a lot of our feedback. So check it out on Steam. Don't take my word for it. Check out Steam. Don't listen to what I'm saying about what they're doing. Check it out on Steam. Their City Unbound featurette, and also all the feedback on their Discord and on Twitter. I mean, they're listening and trying to do their best and surpass what they did with Frostpunk. Can they do it? We shall see. So let's take our first look now at the story mode for Frostpunk 2. Let's go. Here we go.
Can you hear us? Captain!
Do you hear us?
A generation ago, we fled the crumbling British Empire as the world froze around us. I held New London together. United, we survived 30 years of whiteouts. But the world around us is dead. Empty.
Right, take it. The city grows.
Festus.
Reality to expand. After all, 6 months.
Wow. Well, I'd imagine the old captain is dead now. The Wanderers Prologue. We've been roaming the frozen desert for years. Many of us do not remember a world before the Great Frost. Now another whiteout is coming, and again, we've reached the old machine. Again, we will rely on its furnace to provide heat through the storm. In the past, we've always made sure there were enough supplies for the next whiteout, but our numbers have grown through the years. Providing for everyone is getting harder and harder. We must survive. That looks incredible. That's very beautiful. In a sinister kind of way. Prologue. The Wanderers. Fight the cold. The old dreadnought remains in pieces under layers of snow, but the scattered wagons still have resources inside. First, we must break the ice to reach one of the oil wagons and construct an extraction district to use it. Then we can turn on the dreadnought's furnace to heat us. We will restart the furnace. Oh boy. Well, let's immediately pause and take a look around. So first and foremost, they've done an incredible job of making all the different types of snow you'd expect. If you live in a snowy climate or know a lot about snow, you got powdery snow and, wet snow, soft snow. You got like large, almost like iceberg types too, almost like boulders in the land, and beautiful drifts too. And these jagged cliffs look incredible. So real good on the delivery of both the rock sides and the cliff faces, mountains, regular snow. And apparently, yeah, that's what we're looking for, those construction wagons there. So let's get started. We're supposed to frost break, so let's do that. Apparently we're using these giant excavators to clear snow in order to, well, use for buildable land. So we got to clear out all the snow and the frost to do that. Let's go ahead and build to these wagons then. We can build to that one first. And we'll also build down here around the dreadnought as well. There we go. Give us a little bit of room to expand. So that costs resources. That costs us 300 workforce, or workers, and 30 scrap. So up at the top, we have ourselves our total population. We've also got our workforce that is available to work after expending that on other jobs. We've got scraps, so that'll be a building material as well as prefabs for now. We've got a big problem with the cold. Yeah, obviously we're not providing any heat yet. We've got some homeless. 30 people will need homes. Food is running out, and we also need materials. That'll be something to keep in mind. And there's the Wanderers there, and their ability to help us will be very great, the community there. If we click on that, we could actually tighten their belts, and so they'll eat a little bit less, so we can get ready for this giant winter. As they mentioned, we need to stockpile food and materials to survive. We can also take scraps from them, too, which won't make them happy, but they'll make do without them. We'll need a little bit of that. We can return them later. It'll regain some of their trust. But we're taking it as an initial investment into our business, our new empire. Okay, let's go ahead and continue to look for other sources. We have, looks to be fertile soil around. So a few sources of food. Looks like we got some prefab there, some more oil down there. A car that fell off the cliff. And then a few more sources for food over there too, or yeah, food and materials. Let's go ahead and start building towards some of these. There's actually some clear area on this side of the cliff too, and we'll try to build down there as well. So we're going to be doing a lot of this frost breaking now. Let's get that done. We'll build towards the farm here, and that material area over here. I'm going to widen that out a little bit, because we will need a larger area for the farm. I believe each of these will take up a 3 hexagon space. So let's go ahead and let them start building. We could build districts, housing, food, and extraction. And then we could also build a food stockpile hub, to which our food right now is limited to a storage of 10,000. So we'll have to obviously build more of those if we're going to survive the cold or the whiteout that's coming. The big storm. The city must not fall, not just survive anymore. Survival is easy, but now we're going for a marathon-like survival. Not just one big storm, but many. So things and time pass much faster now in this game. 87 weeks remaining until the whiteout. And we've only gotten started with the... Oh, look at that. Cool. I don't know how the hell we got that construction equipment like that, but glad we got it. Cool how it makes those marks, too. Alright, frost breaking on both sides is complete. Excellent. Let's keep doing that. We're going to go over to that other wagon. There's more oil over there, and prefabs down here. Let's try to get the prefabs and go towards the other car with oil. Spread out a little bit so we have room to build. There we go. Alright, so we need to build an extraction district around that first source. So let's do that. That should be our first goal complete once that's done. And then we also need to turn on the dreadnought to provide heat. So obviously we'll be able to do that with the oil afterwards. After a little bit of extraction. Let's keep going for these sources here. That'll be good enough. Now, they all have to be connected, too. We can't build off of another section, so we must have, like, a large interconnected kind of roadway going from A to B. And they're not all perfect hexagons. You can kind of see how the shapes are a little smushed, but usually they have 6 sides. But that could change. Not a rule of thumb, but it's just a good way to picture things for now. More and more frost breaking, more and more cost of that. It's costing us 30 scraps to do that, which is why I took a big loan up front at the expense of trust. So right now we're still accepted, but obviously they're not happy with us taking all their scraps. But hard to spend scraps when you're dead. So they'll be happy about that later on. Let's get these folks some homes. And it's near the generator, so they'll be a little more toasty, which is good. And we build that in 6. Let's start on a small neighborhood there to try to house 30 unhomed people, unhoused. Looks like some of them might be living in the dreadnought, too. There's probably some shelter in there, and crews that will operate the generator inside, which is going to look really cool. Look at the detail on that. Absolutely impressive. More extraction. We'll go with extraction there, and it looks like over here, too. Alright, so now we're pulling in multiple sources of oil when they're constructed. The 2 at the top and 1 at the bottom will be pulling in some materials for us. And prefabs. Well, that'll be good. Alright. Anything else we should extract? Another good source there. And we could start pushing towards the food. To which, well, we've already got 1. Could do a second one here and go down to that one. If we can make it. You can also click and drag, which is nice, but I like to just click on each of them when I see the little pin. That way I know for sure that I've clicked in the right area. Looked like there was food down here too. What is that? Oh, it's a seal colony. 400,000 food there. I wish, though, that there was a way to see symbols while we were in the map mode. There might be a way to do that, but right now you've just got to kind of either see something in the frost or stumble upon it. First extraction district is almost done. Excellent. Oil. As thick black liquid oozes through the pipes, our people rejoice. The caress of this old machine, the carcass of this old machine is a testament to the hardships that made us. But more importantly, it's our haven in the storm. It has allowed us to weather many whiteouts, and it will do so again. We have oil. We can turn on the furnace. Once turned on, the Dreadnought's furnace will automatically convert oil into heat. I see. Well, we're only going to need more of that as we get ready for winter. 82 weeks away. Frost breaking still ongoing. And I think we could turn on the furnace now, as we're not consuming anymore. Well, let's go ahead and do just that. Generator online. That was an incredible sound, dude. Provide basic infrastructure. The furnace is on. We have enough oil to cover current needs, but the cold will still affect our people until they have proper shelter. Housing will best protect us from the cold if built in close proximity to other housing or the furnace itself. However, we'll need prefabricated parts for construction. We brought some with us. The rest we need to extract from the wagon wreckages. You got it. Well, we've already built one district. Oh, and we already built it next to the dreadnought, so that's good. Obviously, knowing that there would be a source of heat there. Good for us. Well, we could build next to that other district up there to provide heat to them. So there is a benefit for them building next to each other, but we don't have any room. We need a frost break. But we can't build any closer, it seems. Not enough cells to finish district. And we can't build there. So we could build over here, perhaps. There's an area of what looks to be 4. So we could try to build here. Next door. And we'll even build a path down to that farm if we need to. We're already building from the other direction, but that'll be alright. Let's immediately start gathering food. We have our first farm here, ready to go, fertile soil. So we're putting down those little farms, which of course, as you remember from the first game, are those little hot houses that provide food that way. Also, we'll be doing hunting too. I guess if we have a seal colony down there, the food districts will, I guess, reorient towards whatever they are trying to gather. Maybe it's a thing of tipped over crates full of food. Maybe it's seals. Who knows? After 30 years, though, I don't know. I don't know what remains out there. I don't know if I trust it. Okay, we're frost breaking. We're gathering lots of materials now. We still have a homeless problem. We're working on that. Food will be resolved shortly. There's more food here, too. Let's go with that. We'll build a second district. And our biggest problem right now here, indicated by the kind of exhaust-like plume coming from that, is cold. And that biggest problem is caused by lack of homes. So let's build houses together. Looks like we could almost build down there if it's interconnected. There we go. Alright, well, we'll build one large town up here. Excellent. I think we could also build down here, too, to try to get closer to the generator. But that will cost us more food, rather, scraps, which we're already kind of low on now since we're building so much. And I don't want to take any more from the people. Not for a while. So now we're providing them with heat from the dreadnought. We're also starting to extract some prefabs here so we can build more stuff. And then scraps will come in over time. So individual contributions will be 22 per week. So every week we're gaining 22. So right now we're at 59. And we'll gather more shortly. Oh, good. The food problems are starting to be resolved. 1 complete. Now we're at -8. Good. And the second little district being built as well. Could do some more frost breaking. Go down here towards another source. We could get that one up there later. A little bit of this is a chess move. You certainly want to plan out your moves before you make them, or try to experiment with alternative routes. Here I think we're going to go with the building materials first, so I'm going to creep that way, and then we can also go down this way later. So every time that we frost break, we can have almost like a Y-shaped branch off and then continue to extract. And we can do as much frost breaking at a time as we want, so long as we have the materials to do it. So we can have 2 or 3 different sites up. We got minor disease caused by the cold. Let's take some more scraps from the people. They're not happy, but it's better than being dead. Alright, let's start a little extraction down here of the Frostlands. There we go. Alright, so we'll have another farm down there too. Shut up. Scraps are useless to the dead. That's right. Everybody doesn't like that we're taking the scraps, but they understand why. Gain access to food. We've established some heat and shelter for our people. We must now turn our attention to the incoming whiteout. First, we must frost break to the small patches of fertile soil suitable for growing food. Then we must store it in easily accessible depots. We must move quickly so no one starves. Prepare for the whiteout. We've secured our immediate survival. Now we have to stockpile as much food as we can before the whiteout forces us to take shelter. To do that, we need to produce more food than our demand. We must be ready. Okay. So it looks like we're now starting to stockpile food. So now we have enough food for everyone and enough to stockpile more. Only up to a limit of 10,000. So we'll need to build another one of those food things shortly, the little districts. The storage areas. So, okay, we probably can't push the people too much more in terms of asking for scraps, so we better just make do with what we have. We'll try to start pushing our frost breaking towards remaining fuel and food sources. And we'll get that farm online shortly. We also have another area for extraction here, if we need it. Which we definitely will. Biggest problem now might be a shortage of workforce. Alright. Let's turn towards the immediate problem, which is the long-term survival of the camp via the gathering of food. Now, another great thing about this game is I don't think they let us do it at the moment, but we can zoom in much more than this. We really can zoom in further, but I guess just not in the prologue, as this is a smaller scale mission. The missions are much larger than this. This is kind of just like, as they imply, a prologue, a little tutorial on what to look for, how to frost break, how to store things, how to build districts. It's just really like a little eyedropper sample of what will eventually be a gargantuan pool that you'll have to tread water for quite some time until you've learned. Uh-oh, we got some trouble over here. Finn and Kel, 42-year-old gardener. Really? We might not be able to fill food stockpiles without exceptional measures. Consider asking the Wanderers to tighten belts or instill emergency shifts in work districts. Well, there's two optional goals here, so I guess we could definitely learn how to do them. So we are gathering food. We don't necessarily have to tighten belts. That'll probably make these people angrier, but let's just do it since it is an optional goal. So in order to do that, we'll click on the Wanderers and tell them to tighten belts. It will ration their food to save more for the whiteout, intentionally going hungry so there's more for later. Food demand per capita is decreased, but it will significantly increase hunger. That sucks. Sorry, boys. Alright, now we better start stockpiling more food. So let's go for emergency shift here at that food district. And we could do one here too, but as you can see, they're not very happy. We're actually despised right now, yes. But don't worry, that'll go up. We will improve our relationship with everyone. Not a lot of confidence right now. If they took a vote of confidence, there would be none. Now, what else should we extract? More prefabs so we can build more stuff. We're kind of low up here at 80. Let's definitely get more of those so we can take advantage of the scraps that we've earned too. Now we can turn off these emergency shifts in order to regain some trust. There you go. It went up a little bit. Perfect. Now we just got to get to 40,000. I think we could do that without the emergency shifts. It's just an option that we can use if we're cutting it a little close. So far, so good, though. Nobody has died. That would be a crime, and the punishment for that would be execution. So luckily, no one's violating our policies. Oh, the music is so good in this game. I love it. Peter did a good job, man. All right, 22 weeks in. We now have 67 weeks remaining. Stockpiles will be ready in 55 weeks. Unfortunately, that won't be enough. We need to work harder. A mysterious symbol. The Captain's Legacy. One of our frost-breaking crew uncovered the frozen remains of a man in a tattered uniform. His shoulder patch reads, New London Scouts, 3rd Platoon, and he bears an obscure insignia. Some of our elders claim it belongs to a military organization, while others argue it has a religious significance. Maybe you've heard of this New London before and can settle their debate. Ah. So this allows us on whether or not we want to basically use faith or order to survive, just like in the first game, or we can choose to go with neither. This will create continuity in which New London has learned on either... In which... Wait, what? Has leaned on either order or fate to survive? I think we're choosing one right now. Maybe it'll randomize it. I'm not sure exactly what that last option means. I'm going to go with faith, though, which is, you know, your traditional first-time run. But cool how they allow us to choose order or faith, or at least recognize the symbol. Perhaps a little bit of a lore or a nod to the previous game, but also perhaps where we can choose to go forward. That decision right there may actually have more consequences than we think it does. But also that last option makes me wonder if it'll just automatically choose for you, as it is a requirement in the original scenario to choose faith or order, and maybe perhaps we'll find New London again. Alright, things are still building. We'll need a lot more food. We have two more sources of food. We'll need more extraction districts for that. And in order to build the food district, we will need 140 prefabs, to which we've just finished up another one. So we're now gathering more prefabs. Good stuff. Okay. Well, now we're just literally chilling for a bit as we wait for more prefabs to come in. We're earning 40 per week. So a little bit more and we'll have what we need over there. We can continue to frost break while we wait. Just finish that district there. And maybe a little more room over here too. And we should be able to do that one more time when they're done. Uh-oh, we got a problem over here. Resource deposit nearly depleted. That's not good. They were making 20 per week. I'm not sure exactly how much time we have left. But once they're done, we can demolish that district, reclaim those materials and that workforce and put them to work somewhere else. So good that we started to pull materials from that so early. Look at that. Scaffolding, lifts and cranes, lighting. Really neat stuff. All powered by that dreadnought, baby. An incredible piece of machinery. Alright, frost breaking's almost done. Voila. We now have access to more materials. And we might be able to build another one. Good. So one to make up for the one we're about to lose, and another one to increase the income of our prefabs. That'll allow us to then build another one down here for the oil, and another one down there for the seals. Oh, something going on over here. Food depots, preserving food for the whiteout. Our stores are almost full of food, but we still need more food for the whiteout. We need to secure depots that can house our rations during the months of the whiteout. Build food stockpile hubs to increase the stockpile capacity of food. I see. Alright. Well, that'll be right here then. And we could build those right here next to the dreadnought. Perfect. Those also take workers to function, so yeah. 100 workers, 80 prefabs, 50 scraps. Glad we did that. Okay, so now we have ourselves 7,000. That should increase it by 15,000. We'll have to build a few more of those in order to get to our 40,000, above our 40,000 limit, I think. Still waiting. I wonder if we can see the seals down there. Do you see them? I don't really see them, but that'd be a good food source to get to. Against the elements, squalor. Each day the wind grows fiercer relentlessly. It beats against our buildings, weakening our structures gust by gust. Without raw materials to repair the damage, our districts will deteriorate. Ah, so there's a maintenance cost for all of our districts. The more we build, the more materials we will need. This is the world we know. Provide more materials to reduce squalor before it harms our people. Promise to gather more materials, or don't address this right now. We use them to shore up our districts. We must move quickly, or some districts will be disabled. Ooh. Well, we'll increase our relationship with the people, too, and we'll try to keep that promise. And there we go. Just like the captain again, but now we are the steward. Steward. I can't hear that word without an echo. Look at the beautiful wind blowing, too. Great effects with the snow. The team listening to a lot of great feedback in the months of people playing a beta, and me and many other content creators and people meeting with the teams. So passionate to want to get this game right. And how hard is that to make a game better than Frostpunk? Frostpunk was damn good, but to make a game better than that seems damn near impossible. And I think they've at least come close. And we'll see where they go with, you know, after release with DLCs. Enough materials. Good work. We're now gathering enough materials to maintain our districts. Time to focus on stockpiling food for the whiteout. Relations improve, causing trust to rise. Let's focus on food. Alright, how are we doing with fuel? Looks like there's just a small shortage of fuel. Or heat. Oh yeah, but we could probably override the generator and get extra heat for the whiteout, what might be necessary. We'll store fuel for now. I'm going to wait until that district is completely out of resources. It looks like it's almost there. Can't frost break yet. I think we have a shortage of workers for that. 300 is what we need. But what we could do is while we're waiting... Oh, never mind. They just returned because this district is now done. Let's go ahead and demolish that. Luckily, it doesn't take a workforce to demolish. It just kind of takes care of itself over time. Let's go ahead and frost break now towards the seal colony. And we'll build a little area around them. And a little bit more for the oil extraction. Okay, so everybody's working. We have nobody that's available. And we can see all the details there, too. At a glance, we can just hover over and see where everybody is, what they're doing, and, like, I guess who's doing what, and if they're free, how many of them they are, etc., etc. Uh-oh. Another problem. A seamstress comes to us and tells us some people are ready to sacrifice themselves to lower the food required. Ma'am, are you going to throw yourself up over a cliff? I won't let my grandchildren starve. Ma'am, you can relax. You don't need to throw yourself off the cliff. We are good. We can now store up to 25,000 food. That's not enough, though. We will be able to make the goal. 54 weeks. We'll gather what we need in 43. But we could do better than that. Let's try to store more than what we need. Frost breaking is almost done. Listen to that storm. Lightning. Can there actually be lightning in a snowstorm? I wouldn't be surprised. You can get lightning and such in sandstorms and dust storms and things. Now, who knows? The new conditions Earth is being subjected to from this cold could create some weird new anomalies. Oh, what do we have here? Seal colony could supplement our food production. Oh, yes. How did they survive? There's enough meat here to feed everybody. We're saved. Well, I suppose maybe all the fish... I mean, the ocean hasn't completely frozen. The Earth's core and geothermal activity under the water would probably keep a lot of that fine. I would like to know, though, how much ice we're dealing with here. How deep the ice goes on the ocean. Okay, so we're going to take advantage of that seal colony we saw. And then we'll build another extraction district there for the wagons. Now, one thing we could do is turn down the activity at some of these other districts. So, like, for example, these ones gathering prefabs, we can go ahead and reduce the workforce a little bit. So now we're going to gain a few more workers from these. Now we have 280. So we could build another extraction site for oil. So I think that's what we're going to need now, brother. Food and oil. That's all we need to survive. And these will just help us to get it. All the prefabs and such. Everything else is extracted. There's no other people moving in, so we don't have to expand the housing. I don't think we'll find any sort of group that will stumble upon us. We don't have any scouts going out. I think this is our map, by the way, for now. Very cramped, but this is a very small sample of what's to come. This is on purpose. This is nowhere near the size of the game. Alright. They want us to order emergency shifts again and place a food district on the seal colony. We're doing that now. Well, let's go ahead and give back to some of the people. Thank you for your trust earlier. And look at that. Happiness and all that rises. Trust and... I think there's different... Relations and trust are different, yeah. So their relations with us are now neutral. They're indifferent. Still annoyed with what I did, but they'll be alive. And we're also accepted trust-wise. But now it's time to expand our operations even more. Now we have the seal colony going, or at least being harvested. And we got another district almost out of materials. Okay, let's go ahead and build another food hub if we can. And we'll just have to build one more. Beautiful, even more oil coming in. Seals, if we hunt them all, we'll definitely have enough for the whiteout. Well, lady, I don't know if we want to hunt them all. Not a good idea. Hunt sparingly and we'll have seal forever. That's right. Make that source last. How we got in this mess in the first place. Man extracting too much too quickly. Alright, food district. Multiple food districts going. We've taken advantage of all the sources and have started to mine everything. Plenty of oil still. Alright, another food storage building complete. We can now store up to 40,000. We can go beyond that if we want to. I think we will because we're about to have this ready in 16 weeks. Uh-oh. Colder season. Heat demand increased. Negative 30 degrees Celsius. And on day... just before the storm, what looks to be day... Actually, these might be weeks. Looks like around week 70. There might be a little drop in between there somewhere. Okay, well, let's build another building to store more food than what we need. We'll need workforce to do that. So we'll stand by on that. And that workforce will come from here. We won't really need to build much more in order to achieve our goal. So I guess we'll have to see how much food we can store. Now, I'm wondering, this game's really smart and clever, so at this point in my mind, I'm thinking, I wonder if there ever would be a reason for us to come back here later in the campaign, if this could be an area where our scouts could stumble upon this, and it could greatly benefit us how well we perform during this initial mission. It certainly would be like the 11-bit folks to think of something like that, where later on you could stumble upon this site, and all the things that you've gathered will help some sort of future city, where you can basically gather all the things that you're gathering now that weren't necessarily able to use. Interesting. Makes you think. Okay, so we got 30 people free. That's not enough really to do much. And that district is nearly depleted. These ones are kind of reduced a little bit. Well, I think we could speed up time a little bit. A few people sick here and there. A few people hungry here and there, but overall they understand the situation. Okay, let's go ahead and deactivate that extraction district, or deconstruct it. We now have 180 free people. And they would be perfect to work over here at the new food stockpile building. Keeping it nice and warm by the Dreadnought. Okay. So now we have 2 extraction districts working. We could increase them a little bit. Now we're down to 20 free people. Those hot houses looking good. Maybe there's even some hunters in there. There might be some other animals out there. Probably not, other than the seals. But we shall see. Plume of smoke looks amazing. Okay, that building is complete, and now we can store up to 55,000. We'll have everything we need in 8 weeks. It's looking up. Things are looking good. Yep, everything's looking real good. Anything else to Frostbreak 2? Nothing really notable. So I think we will speed things up. Right, that district is gone now. And these two will last for 215 weeks. 225 at the other one. So I think we've got more than enough prefab. So I'm going to continue with that, hoping that perhaps there's some benefit or reward for doing well on this mission. But we're going to prioritize food, which we're almost done with, but I'm going to put more and more food here. Also, we're gathering a ton of oil. There's about, wow, 111 weeks of that, 46,000. And 40,000 for 96 weeks at the other one. And the third one, 54,000 at 129 weeks. Okay. All right, folks. I'm going to go ahead and return some more scraps to you. Thank you very much for the loans. They're still neutral with us. I don't think I can turn off the Titan belts. It is too soon to perform this action again. All right, so I think they've probably started returning to their usual diet, but we won't be able to do that again until later. In 4 weeks, we can give them more scraps. Maybe there'll be some benefit for that. Someone will remember what we've done here. All right, we're almost 60 weeks in. We've almost got enough food. In 2 weeks, we'll have more than enough. And we'll have about 28 weeks remaining. Beautiful. This reminds me of getting ready to build the generator in the last autumn DLC for Frostpunk, the original one, trying to keep ahead of schedule, having materials ready in advance, etc., etc. Managing workforces, storing materials. Oh, yes. Okay. Well, yeah, I think we're good here. I don't really think there's much more for us to do. Food secured. We did it. We secured enough food to survive the incoming whiteout. Our workers will make last-minute preparations before the storm arrives. We should try and keep our people warm for this time. We will survive, and now we wait. Indeed we do. All right. So we'll wait until that resource there is depleted. And then we'll just dismantle these things and then store everything we can. Now we might build another one of these. 55,000. We've got another 10,000 to store. 25 weeks remaining until the storm. What's it look like out in the ocean? Nothing too notable out there. I was looking for maybe even more dreadnoughts or ships or something. Alright, what else do we have? Perfect on shelter. We have a surplus of materials. I think they stop gathering them when we have a surplus and can't store anymore. Go ahead and give our people one more return of scraps. Beautiful. We're favorable. They're happy with us. Big difference from where we were before. Oh, wow. Everything's getting depleted. Look at that. Not going to be much remaining. The year now, I think this mission starts taking place in 1916. So 30 years after the events of New London, or really just Frostpunk in general. I think a lot of things are taking place around the same time, within maybe a year or two of each other, maybe a year or two before. I think it's really within months. A couple months before, a couple months after. The biggest differences in Frostpunk being between the last autumn and the On the Edge DLC, one showing a early prequel of like building the generators, and the last one stumbling upon a huge amount of supplies that allows everyone to survive and thrive 30 years into the future. Well, thrive more than they were before. From surviving to thriving. Okay, food stockpile is full again. Let's go ahead and take a few people off these. I just need 100 to build that. We'll go ahead and return scraps one last time. And we'll double our efforts on food. They won't like this, but we got to get it done. See how much we can store. Alright, wait until the whiteout hits. Now we got 9 weeks to generate all the remaining food. Now we can store up to almost 70,000. Let's go. Eight weeks remaining. We'll give them more scraps and try to keep that number happy. They now respect us. Good. We should be able to return those scraps. There we are. Alright. 2 weeks to gather all the remaining food. Oh, we'll be damn near up to 70,000. Beautiful. Alright, so everybody's happy. Don't expect this in the rest of the game, by the way. Everybody being happy and well-fed and everything looking good. Ain't happening. Full sense of security. That's what this mission's all about. Go ahead and get rid of that district then. Oh boy. The whiteout is here. The preparations are over. I hope it was enough. Against all odds, the Nomad's survival. When the whiteout hit camp, the Wanderers were ready. Everyone was thankful we acted fast and gathered enough food in time. The miracle of the seal colony strengthened our hope that our journey will lead to a promised land. Our elders have added this story to our great tales, alongside warnings about a sinful city that still pumps smoke into the sky. We survived. We did it. We survived the end of the world. Now what? The old captain is dead. New London is weak. Food is low. Overpopulation looms. Coal is running out. People yearn for a future worth dreaming of. But is it the same future for all? Keep the city together. Or hold its hand on its deathbed. Chapter 1. Scraping the barrel. Wow. What a transition, dude. That is New London, the city we build in Frostpunk 1. The very same. But now the captain is dead. Now it's up to us, I guess, the new leader. Coal is running out. The captain is dead. As he weakened, growing divisions brought city maintenance to a grinding halt. Now, New London is left to suffer the consequences. As steward, it is your charge to lead, but you must prove yourself. The overcrowded city is low on resources. Use this warmer year to build more shelter. Secure coal and power the generator back on. Let's get to work. Wow, the generator is offline? Wow. We've inherited an absolute mess. Look at that. That's the city, baby. Yep. A little crater you get to build in at the beginning. And then you can see where the crevasse of the canyon goes in both directions. Beautiful. That looks like a source of food maybe up there. We'll see. Oh, yeah, look at that. Got all sorts of things out here. Fertile soil. Look at that. All right. So areas to farm, resources to gather. Looks like a logistics point or exploration point there. Lots of coal. There's the prefabs from before. And it looks like areas that are also infinite with the amount of resources they can give us, possibly. Somehow reusable due to their size. Same here with materials. Okay. Well, let's get to it then. Coal left around New London. New deposits needed. Secure coal and expand the shelter. Frost break to a shallow coal seam and construct an extraction district. Turn on the generator and build housing districts too. Alright. Wow. That music, dude. That is amazing. Ah, this area is sheltered from the wind. So good idea to build down here. Oh my god, dude, that music. Holy hell. Absolute goosebumps right there, man. Now, previously in the beta for Frostpunk, you may have seen here on the channel and elsewhere people playing the Utopia version of the game, which is essentially your endless city builder. You know, build a city that continues to grow and expand throughout the world. But here, you know, the story, this helps you to prepare for all that. So this is the true Frostpunk 2 right here. Incredible. Wow. Ridiculous. Well, we have new factions here, as they mentioned. The Frostlanders, the Faithkeepers, and the New Londoners. Ah. So people who are kind of neutral, and people who probably want the old ways, and other people who want technology to be the future. Okay. Well, we've just extracted some land here for the coal, so let's go with the extraction district. And now this one has to be 6 large, I believe. So we're doubling our size now because, of course, the city has 8,000 people. 4,600 people available to work. Wow. The city really did not only just survive, but thrive. That's crazy. Well, let's start building that extraction district, and let's start expanding towards more coal. We're clearly going to need more. And build over that way, too. Alright. We're not able to turn on the generator yet. Bad times for everybody. Large amounts of homelessness, food plummeting, goods are limited, extreme cold. Well, we're going to have to build another housing district, so let's do the same over here. Oh. Beautiful. All right, there we go. Wow. Power lines, steam pipes. Another mini generator, almost like an advanced steam hub. And we can get a little closer, too. Oh, yeah. Look at that. That's cool as hell. Alright, well that's nice. Extraction district is almost ready. We're almost ready to activate the generator. The captain is dead. Coal is gone. The generator is off. We're doomed. Not yet. There is hope. And that hope is me. As in, I hope I don't F up. That's about all the hope we got. All right, second housing district's almost ready. Coal district is ready. Let's go. Activate that generator. Generator is on. Second housing district is almost ready. Build another extraction district for sure.
The
There we go.
steward appreciates all your adoring letters and will answer personally in due time.
Yes, I'll answer all your concerns down below in the comments section. Leave those down below for your steward. Scraping the barrel. Good work, steward. We've secured a new coal deposit. It's part of the last vein in New London. There are some deposits left, but they won't last for long. We'll need to improve our mining to use it efficiently, but the city's communities are voicing different ideas about how to do it. We need to decide whose ideas are worth pursuing. We must choose a solution. Expand a housing district. Okay. Oh, we can build on the sides of the cliff. Sweet. Build a research institute. Ah, we must have to build that in the expansions. Okay. So let's expand this district too. Obviously, we're only going to get more people moving in or being born. Alright, so we can survive for about 769 weeks at our current rate. And we'll increase that even more. What incredible music, man. So now after these districts are expanded, we'll be able to build a research center in those districts. We'll be able to research something new for the coal mines and then build that in the coal mining districts here. We'll have a second district done shortly. Let's build that research institute now. There we go. Well, that'll look cool up on the hill. Wonder if that'll look like the workshops from the original game. We'll see. Now, do we have a book of laws? We have tradition. Ah, these are our different things that we're going to value. So progress, adaptation, merit, equality, tradition, and reason. The generator wakes. A child is born. People gather around the generator tower as it wakes with a thunderous shudder and bestows heat upon us yet again. This is the heart of our city, our last line of defense against the cold, our first hope for a future, any future. Stuart, there's a couple who say that their first child, a daughter, was born at the exact moment the generator sprang to life again. They called her Lily May, and they ask that you bless her. You gave us hope back. Thanks to you, our child may yet have a future ahead of her. People are hopeful there is a future for them, after all. Very well, Lily May. May your life be warm, and winds spare your path. Oh, yes. Well, we shall see about that. Well, folks, that's all the time we have today for Frostpunk 2, but rest assured we will be back with more. Let me know what you think of the game down below in the comments section, and I'd love to hear everything you think about the game so far, and if you had a chance to play it, let me know what you think could be better, or what could be different, or what did you expect, and what got delivered. All right, thank you guys very much for watching our first episode on the story mode for Frostpunk 2. I'll be back again for the endless mode and more live streams on the channel. So, in the meantime, check out that link down below and, well, try your chance at getting an AMD graphics card. Thanks to them for sponsoring, as well as 11-Bit Studios. These folks are fantastic, and I can't wait to see what they do next with other games coming out over the next few years. And definitely check out some of their other titles, and check out and see if Frostpunk 1 is on sale too. Definitely a game that you should 100% check out. It's been amazing and usually goes on sale too, so definitely don't have to play the first before the second, but it is highly recommended. Oh, that music, dude. I will see you all next time. Thanks for watching.